Good morning. We are going to look at these Earth-facing CMEs, which are said to cause geomagnetic storms coming out of region 2975. Now, I've carefully looked at that region and other areas around the sun at the time of the CMEs that was reported. Okay, I have, and there's something very interesting going on, you all. There is. For these to be so powerful. I believe that something very powerful happened at that region. Very, very powerful. And they say that some of this is, all of it, is Earth directed, but I think there's something else going on also. Let me come over here, you all. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to pull up these comments on this area right here. Let me get this right there. Hello, everyone. So yeah, thank you for joining me. We're going to go and we're going to look. Let's see if we can look at this one right here. So look at this image right here. Let's look at this. So I put this together. Of course, Earth is not that big compared to the sun. Okay, we're on here, you all. Let's look at this. So this is what I found really interesting. This right here is perfectly straight coming out of the sun. And look at this. At the exact same time, we've got an awfully straight thing shooting straight up too. This right here is one section, and then this is another section. And then look at this, how it has these, whatever they call it, some kind of energy coming up at the same time. And you know, this is the peak of this at 1739 on the 30th. Okay, yesterday. Look at this, you all. Coming straight up. How come it's coming? How can something be Earth directed and yet it's beaming straight up? Okay, that's the one thing that bothers me right there. Whenever I see beams of light coming straight up, that's what bothers me. And then when I looked over here, well, this one's, Gina, honey, get that off of there. This one right here is up straight, just like this one, you all. If you're just tuning in, I want to take a closer look. You know, we can see this in the center. We're going to go to that exact product. And see, this gets me too. It kind of has like a somewhat of a curvature on this side, some kind of frequency on this side. It's kind of curved, but then look what's coming down through here. Look what's coming down through here. Straight beams of light, and there's gaps in these areas right here. So we got the straight beams coming straight down. We got a straight beam here, and then these right here, they have like smaller circles. And then look at this perfectly straight edge right here, you all. Straight edge there, straight edge there. And then as a result, this is what happens. Then these beams start coming up out of this region 2975. Okay, region 2975, if you're just tuning in, because that's what we're going to look at. And thank you for coming on here. I'm sure this is not going to get a lot of attention. I am, you all. And I want you all to see that you're all, these comments right here, that's okay, you all. Whoever's meant to see this is going to see it, and that's what I want to say. Whoever's meant to see it will see it. Okay, we're going to come over here. Look at this. Look how this is written right here. This right here. Geomagnetic storm today. Scary cannibal. Cannibal. How can that be a cannibal? How can a geomagnetic storm be described as a cannibal? It is. It is, you all. That's right. Good morning. So look at this. This is, let's see where this is from. HT Tech. Hindu Times right here, you all. We got it. Hindu Times. And that's okay. Don't send out the notifications to people. Don't let them see what I want to talk about. That's all right. So let's look at this. A frightening cannibal. CME resulted from 17 solar flares that erupted from a single sunspot, is headed toward the Earth, and it will cause a geomagnetic storm today. They didn't say it might. They said it will. It will cause a geomagnetic storm today. Good morning, you all. Um, I don't know, Lisa, honey. I don't know why they used that terminology, but they did. They used it. Let's look at this. What happened? Oh, I got stuck on the no, 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 no. We got stuck on the photo, you all. That's what happened. We got stuck on that photo. Somehow I went into it. Let's read what they had to say. Yeah, a destructive. It is destructive. They're advertising this as a destructive solar storm, and it's a cannibal CME. It's a cannibal and it's destructive. I think a cannibal is something that would eat. Okay, held toward Earth, and the resultant geomagnetic storm will hit today. And this solar storm, see, you know, when you come over certain articles, this is what I've noticed lately. When you hover over certain articles, I used to be able to drag the cursor and it would highlight as read. That hasn't been happening lately, you all. It hasn't. You also very welcome. Good morning. Do we have a volunteer moderator on here? Do we have somebody who wants to volunteer to moderate? Since my moderators haven't gotten no notification, that'd be great if you want to moderate. Yeah, if not, I can moderate. So look at this. The SPC shared that the cannibal CME is speeding toward Earth. Oh my goodness, gracious. At a speed of 3,027,599 kilometers, which is extremely high. Although the speed itself is not a concern, since unlike asteroids, it does not add to the damage. It is still worrying, as it means a geomagnetic storm will hit the Earth sooner, and it will give less time for the scientists to take evasive action. Evasive action, you all. They're talking about evasive action concerning the satellites, okay? That's what they're talking about. It's not going to give enough time for the scientists to take evasive action concerning the satellites and other sensitive infra. And the solar storm is expected to hit Earth within a few hours today. Well, how long ago was this CME? 12:17 p.m. Okay, so I don't know how far behind Hindu is. Okay, you all look at this. Let me come on here like this. Boom. Just like that, you all. I'm trying to put this on the regular chat right there. You are so very welcome. Yeah. When it all goes black, there goes your bank of accounts. Okay, do we have a volunteer moderator on here? Even though we don't have very many comments, as you can see, out of 78 people watching. But that's all right, you all. If you don't want to, that's fine. My feelings won't get hurt. I'll keep on going. Yes, I will. I'll keep on going. That's right, you all. So we can see this. So that's what they've called this as, a cannibal CME, which is not a very nice terminology. It's not at all. Oh, you're so very welcome. So you all, we're going to come on over here. Let's do this, you all. We're going to just keep going because nobody's going to be interrupting. You know, I would like to say, let me take you to these pictures. Let me put this to me. I actually did some screenshots of it. Is what I did with this wildness going on. I just not me, just right here, some of the wild images coming off. I think this was before. Look at that, you all. That looks really, really, really strange right here. It does. You're also very welcome. Let me see if I can get over here. So this is also something I wanted to point out. On the 31st, we've got this right here coming straight down. And you know what it is? It's two cubes. It's two cubes coming straight down on the 31st. Right here. This is after the solar flares, and I think I did get an image of it. Okay, yeah, right here. See, two cubes. How come we got two cubes coming down at the end of that, you all? You have to ask yourself, because that's the first time I've seen two cubes coming straight down from there. It really is. Yes, hello everyone. Let's look at this. So, and then when we look at this, then the day before, okay, this is on the 30th, you've got something coming straight up out of the sun. And good morning. If you're just tuning in, good morning and thank you for coming on here. Coming up out of the sun, straight up in the air, you all, just like that. Okay. So, I don't think that this is a solar flare. I think something literally did shoot up from the sun itself. That's what I think happened. It shot up from the sun itself. So a tad bit of a closer. See, I could not really make that out because that has a different color coming on it. I just wanted to go through a couple of these right here. And then over here on the 30th, also, then there's another one. Another something like that coming down from here, you all. So something is definitely happening, and there's a lot of activity at this sun. We're going to go over to that ISWA in a minute. This is when that solar thing happened. It first erupted right here at 17. We can look at the timestamp, 17:30:42. And you know, I've went back and I've compared that particular time. Hello, Monatana. That particular time. And I couldn't find any more images like that. I couldn't. Something is amiss. And see how this thing right here shut straight up at the same time? Straight up right here during this solar flare. Right there you are, this CME. And we've got straight edges. We do. You got straight edges right here. We've got things coming down right here, and there's gaps in them. Gaps, like solid gap. And I'm wondering what is coming down out of those, and why do these have like little bitty circles on them? Why do they have little bitty circles on these, evenly spaced coming out, you all? It doesn't, I wouldn't think that it would be so evenly spaced. I really don't, coming straight out of that sun. If it indeed was just something natural that was occurring, how come it would be perfectly spaced coming straight out of that sun, 2 by 2 on each side? That's what I'm talking about, you all. It is. It really is. So let's keep going, you all. I wanted to get these, see how it shot straight up in the air, and starts off as one beam going straight up, and it's not a normal looking beam either. And then it spreads over here to the side. These now they're straight. Okay, now they're straight, and it's 17:33:43. They're straight now. This is a few moments later, and that thing right here, over here, you all, that is still sticking straight up in the air, you all, is what it's doing, straight up in the air. Look over here. See, these are like evenly spaced too, evenly spaced. Kind of reminds me of, you know, when you see HARP in the sky and stuff like that. Yes, hello. Thank you all for joining in. Let's look at the next one. So that's 17:33:43. Now we're at 17:36:30. 17:36:30. This thing is still sticking straight up in the air. And, you know, I guess that's naturally occurring. I guess that's a naturally occurring filament that decides it just wants to stay straight up for several minutes is what I'm thinking. It just must be so natural to do that, is what I think. Yeah, so look at this, you all. It's still ongoing. Straight up. Now we got two beams of light coming up. One is a thick beam. One is a thinner beam. We got two beams of light coming straight up from that region 2975. Okay, 2975 if you're just tuning in. I can try to put myself on here. I don't know how it might look. Let me see. Okay, now we're at 17:39:18. Okay, more minutes have passed. Okay, we can see that this thing right here is still sticking straight up in the air, and it's supposed to be naturally occurring, and it just so happens it's been in this position for 10 minutes practically, almost 10 minutes. And look, now this has an even thicker beam coming on this side from this solar area right here. Look at this, you all. It's still going. These have died down some, but it's shooting straight up in the air. So is this. But this right here is really interesting because this doesn't have this going way up in the sky. It's like stopped right here. Something's on the top of this, and I'm not sure what it is, you all. I'm not sure what it is. Let's do this right here, and you can see that now it's 17:43. 17:43, the eruption is still going on, the beam of light. This right here is still going straight up in the air, although it has a different shape. right here. It has like a square or something. We're going to look at something on this too when I get through explaining this or talking about this, you all. We've got this now. It's almost a solid beam shooting straight up. Why would this, what is up there? Why would this shoot straight up? How on earth would that be possible? Is exactly what I'm talking about. How would it be possible? You can see it right there. Everything looks fine and dandy. And you know, I think it's I rather share the screen like this, because when I do this, share the screen like I am, we can get better images of this particular, all these products on here, because once you upload an image, it's losing some of its quality, you all, is what it's doing. It's losing it. So let's look at this, you all. So look over here on the side too. This is kind of strange, but that's okay, you all. We're going to keep going. If you're just tuning in, I'm trying to go over this, but we're going to go directly to that product. Look how it stopped. That's 1743, 1745. It stopped, and yet this one right here, this has kind of become degraded now. It's not as straight as it was, and you see this one right here has degraded itself also. It's got degraded in energy. I'm just trying to look at that, you all. I think these two are coinciding with one another. I really do. So you can see right here, it's dying down. 1743. Let's look at the next one, you all. Hello there, Applebrooks, honey. Thank you for coming on. I asked for volunteers. No one wanted to volunteer, but that's okay, you all. We didn't have no trouble at all. We didn't. So we have this, okay. What's the time step? Now we're at 1749 right here. Just like this, you can still see that this has been going on for around, I don't know, 10 minutes or so or longer, connected to this area right here since the very go-get. And this right here has become even more solid. But look over here, now we can still see this solid beam coming up from this region 2975, you all, 2975. And it took me a while to find region 2975 if you're just tuning in. Yeah. Okay, now we're at 1751.54. This right here is still in this same space. Do you realize this has been in this same space? That has been in the same place. Let me see how long it has been in that same place. Let me come over here to the original moment it showed up. Let me see if I can get it, you all. On the 30th. Okay, I'll show you how long. It's like this right here. 2357. This thing right here, it stayed up in the area. It came there around 2357. It came there at 2357, and then boom. Look, there's a big time gap. Well, no, it's not a time gap, Gina, because you only documented this right here. So it's 1730. So since 30 minutes. Right there, 5:30. It stayed straight up until 5:30. It stayed straight up. And now we're at 5:49. Okay, 5:49. So it's around 20 minutes. It stayed in that position. Okay, now look, 1751. It's still there in that area. How can a filament stay there all that time in that one spot? Okay, so let's look at this. So we're still ongoing. It's now at 1755. This is still somewhat there. It still has practically all of its original shape when it flew up. Really, when it flew up at around 23 minutes after 5. And this one is beginning to die down right here. It is. So now we're at 1457. And all is well. 1457. This is before then, U.S., so I'm supposed to be focusing on that solar flare. That's exactly what I was focusing on, the solar flare. So let's come over here to this area right here. Lisa, honey. You're so welcome, Lisa, honey. We can help. You can help out. Thank you for volunteering. I thought nobody wanted to do it, but that's okay. So let's look at this right here. So we've got this SDO AIA 304. This is the product we were looking at, and I'm trying to find out where is that sunspot 2975, because it took me a while to find it, but it's located right here. 2975 right here is a current active area, and there it is right there, you all, if you just tuning in. It's right there. I actually did take pictures showing these things side by side, all the products that they had. We're going to look at them right here. So these were all the areas. I couldn't find the name on this one, the detected coronal hole, but you can see that it is this one right here. And some of these products, you know, they're really kind of strange. They are. So even while this is going on and the eruption is occurring at 1745, that right there is not highlighted on this one. It isn't. Okay, now see, look right here. Solar flare monitor. So it would be this area right here. It literally did. Those beams of light came straight from right up there. And you know, this is really funny. It's not funny, but the timestamps that I've noticed on all of these, none of them coincide officially with this right here. They all don't have the timestamps that this has. This has 1730, 42. So this just has 1730. It's not even showing something right there. It's not even showing it. And the same thing with the other one, you all, right here. 1700, this only keeps 1 hour stamps. That's it. 1 hour stamps. So at 1700, it didn't show it. So let's keep going, you all. Okay, we have something here, but see, that's at 1700 too. Okay, and this is 1730, 50, 42. Look at that. So that's where the region is located, right here. Let's keep going. And see, they got pretty good things to look at, but you all, this right here, there's something to it right over here. There really is. Look at this beta. And I don't understand all of this terminology, so that's 2975 right there, you all. They call it, let's look at this. Beta, delta, beta, gamma, and delta. Look at that. Alpha, delta, beta. Look at that. That's really interesting, all of this. If you hadn't seen them before, and then I found another one of this area right here. Whatever these things mean, I have no idea, but that's where it's located. I just wanted to get through that. Okay, you all, look at this. Before I get to that, I will go over here and we will look at this area right here. You all, I don't want to jump beside myself. I don't. So this is what we were looking at right here. We're going to watch the solar eruption. I'll have to do this, but when I push play, it's going to be blinking, but we're going to watch it so you all can see it yourself. Is what we're going to do. Oh, you're so very welcome, Lisa, honey. Whoa. It's like blinking, blinking, blinking. You all, it's blinking on my face. It's okay. I can close my eyes because I don't want it on me. I don't. Let's look at this. I think we got it. And you can, this better be the timestamps that I want. It really should be. No, quit doing that. Don't do that to the people. Nope, it didn't do the timestamps that I wanted. That is not nice. Yeah, I got to close that out. I had to put this back to me, but I had to close it out. I got to bring it back open because it, I must have been, I was looking at something different is what I was. This is the current times. This is the current image right here at 14:18 on today. We'll look at the current image. Also, we'll look at these areas. You know what I think? I think ships come out of these suns. If you're just tuning in, this is supposed to be a powerful CME, and I've seen something coming out of this too, but we'll look at that later. And this was the region 2975. It's now rotated away, but this area right here is also very active. I just got to do these timestamps so we can watch this solar. You got to push play first so you can see it like this. Yeah, nobody going to panic. We're not going to panic at all. Did you know? Do you look at this, you all? That thing reaching down. It looks like it reached down and pulled it back in there. Oh my gosh, like a big giant hand. Wow, that is so wild looking. That is wild. It looks like a giant. Hello, Susan, honey. Thank you for coming on here. It looks like a giant plasma hand. It looks like something escaped, and that thing is reaching down, and it's pulling it back in. It really does. That's what it looks like to me. Something escaped. It's reaching down, and it's pulling it back in. What if it did? What if something did escape, and it's pulling it back in? Because that's exactly what it looks like. And it is I want to pause that, you all, because that is the wildest thing. Let me see if we can get that. I don't normally like these times. Let's see what it was that came out. Looks like something like that. Let's look at this. So we're going to see how it looked, because I think I saw a cylindrical shape. Okay, no, this thing came out first. Okay, it came out just like that. Came straight out. That came first, straight out. Straight out. Let's see this. It moves. What is this? I think that's like a cylinder, straight up right there, a cylinder. I really think it's a cylinder. It's like perfectly straight. This might be a long video. I'm just going to warn you. Yeah, it might. It's a perfect dark circle. It might be a long video, but I can't attest to it either. I thought that was really neat. Let's look at this. That comes up, goes in, and that shoots out. It's still cool to look at, you all. It's so wild. Look at that. Boom, out it comes, you all. I know it does. It really does. So we're supposed to be getting over here looking at this major cannibal, you all. This was the headline if you're just tuning in. They made it sound, they said this was the headline in the Hindu Times. Geomagnetic storm today, scary cannibal. A cannibal CME shot at the earth after 17 solar flares erupt from the sun. A cannibal CME. Okay, and then they say that it will cause a geomagnetic storm on the earth today, is what it said. It will. And they said this too. They said, look, the 17 solar flares which erupted in the same sunspot are a very rare event. Okay, now they're saying it's very rare. In the last few days, this was due to a notoriously active solar region 2975, which came into central view of Earth on Monday, and it's been shooting a wave after wave of solar flares at our planet. If you have to use the word shoot, that's a directed energy thing. Okay, but this is what they said too. According to space weather and NOAA, the geomagnetic storm will hit Earth today, and it will be a massive G3 class. It has the potential to cause some damage to satellites and other communications on Earth. This is really strange too, because it's coming at such a speed which is extremely high. The speed itself is not a concern, since unlike asteroids, it does not add to the damage. It's worrying because it means a geomagnetic storm will hit the Earth sooner, and it will give less time to the scientists to take evasive action. This sounds like a war maneuver, a war move. Take evasive action concerning satellites and other sensitive infra. In fact, the solar storm is expected to hit Earth within a few hours today. That article was written at this timestamp, 12/17 today. So, yeah, that's what it was. You all, I'm supposed to be over here putting this timestamp in here, and I got sidetracked again. I'm so sorry, but it's okay. You all, we're gonna watch it when it comes through, so you can see the magnetic storm. It does, Susan. It sounds like a battle taking place. It does, and really there is a battle taking place. I don't want to look at it blinking. I'm going to drag it down so I don't have to look at it blinking. If you all can bear with me and look at this pretty thing. So yeah, we got this region 2975, and it's Earth directed, but you see it's shot straight up in the air, but on the other side of the sun you got something else that is shooting straight up, and it stays in that position for around 25 minutes is what happens. Around 25 minutes. I have to stay on here because it won't we got it. Let's look at this, you all. I hope it goes to the timestamp that we need. I hope it doesn't go too far past it. It probably is going to go too far past it. It didn't even take it, you all. It did not even take that timestamp I put on here. That's not very nice. I really don't think it's nice. I'm going to have to, I'm just going to see if it's going to take this one, you all. Let me put it back to me. Yeah. Let me turn that down so I don't have to look at it. Okay, we got it. Yeah, this is it. We'll watch it from the very beginning. Let's take it back and drag it right here. So all is well, you all. You can watch it. See how like the sun is shaking as if that sun, you seen it come straight up? It did. It happened so fast. And that thing right there went down so fast too. See, look how fast it happened. But it makes it look like it happened fast, but it didn't. And you see that sun moving like that. It's getting ready to at 17. See, it shot straight up like that. Look how it did 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You see those beams of light? And notice this right here. As soon as that shoots up, this right here becomes active. It shoots straight up too. The threads, the plasma threads or whatever that is, they come straight down. They will come straight down on this as soon as that beam of light shoots straight up. These things right here come straight down, and it takes some form. It takes form. And it really makes a person wonder. It makes me wonder what's going to happen. See? And these strands, they literally reached over into there. Just like that. Look at that. Boom. Straight up. It starts with 1, 2, 3. Boom. That's why I don't think it's a normal CME. I really don't. Because why is Earth up there above it? Is Earth way up there above the sun? That's what I'm wondering. And the sun is beneath us? I don't think it is. I really don't think Earth is above the sun. And the sun is beneath us. Because this beam of light is going somewhere. Or it's coming down into that sun. One thing or another. And this right here, I don't know what that's doing. I really have no idea. I'm sorry about that, you all. We're going to have to look at that happening like that. And we can get it to where we can watch it. We're going to do that. Going to watch it full blast if we can. I'm going to try to put it 50. I don't know what 50 will do. You'll see the sun shaking. So look at this. Why is the sun shaking? It's like it's wobble. The sun's got a wobble to it. Look at that. Oh wow, that was really strange. As soon as I said I'm thinking, I had like a sharp pain that like came into my throat. That was really weird. I'm thinking that the camera might be on a satellite up there or on maybe the ISS. I don't know where the camera is that's watching this right here, you. I don't. Yeah, the sun is off to the right. Yeah. But that's the cannibal. They said that's the cannibal. Cannibal, is this the cannibal eruption? Because this happened yesterday, and I thought it takes a couple days for something like that to hit the earth. That's what I heard. I thought I heard that. It takes a couple days. But they said because it's coming so fast, it's going to hit the earth sooner. How can that be, you all? What can come at supersonic speed Sky Meadow, honey, I don't know why why they called it a cannibal, but they did. They called it a cannibal. Coming straight up like that. I did want to show this right here. Look at this right here. This is an area, excuse me. This is a sunspot. This is an area underneath the sun. It's actually this region right here. Right here. This area right here where that thing reached down. Coming out of this area. I had recorded that close up. Look at this. How on earth can that show up? These are like cubes. They really are, because how can that be on there? Look at this. See, if it was just pixelation, it would not take such a perfect shape. Okay, because no, there's something much greater going on. That's what I think. Something much greater is happening, because these come out and they go back in. They come out and they go back in like that, you all. Is what they do. I hope you can see it. I was looking at this, and right here, this looks like the edge of a ship. It's like a sharp point, and then like the jagged, that's what that looks like to me, because I wouldn't think, because it just literally came straight out. Can you see that? Comes straight out like that, straight at the top, and then it's perfectly angled. It may be hard for you all to see. Hello. Yeah. And look at that. This looks like there is a ship also right here coming out of the sun. If you're looking at this on a phone, you may not be able to see it. It'd probably be best if to look at it on a big computer. But I think there's ships coming out of this area of the sun. I really do. And everything moves so fast. And you know their technology. See, look at that. That's another one. Their technology is much greater than ours. All I had this on was a continual loop of that area. And even look up here at the top and try to get it in there. A solid ship. Long white ship up here at the sun. I think the ships are coming out. I think there's more to this sun than meets the eye. I really do. Some part of me thinks there's all kinds of ships inside of there. What if it's a base or something? It could be. You never know. Oopsie, I had a blink on it. You never know. Let me show this. Like that. Let me do this. I know I get sidetracked. I really do get sidetracked. I just can't help it. I wanted to come up here and look at this one too. Close up. And see what it's doing. I was waiting for that solar flare to happen. There's the sun jumping. See, look at that. Perfect lines coming straight down. These are perfectly evenly spaced. Evenly spaced. All of it. Then it just stops, just like that. It stops like that. I think there's ships inside of here too. I really do. There could be. Who knows what's going on? What if the sun is something, well, like a portal, a gate? What if there's two suns up there? What if there really is one? There's two suns. There could be two suns. So that's neat. If you look at this, it has 1, 2 evenly on this side, and then like lines right here. But then they fade away, completely away, and shoot out. They shoot up and they shoot down and they shoot out. Let me put this back to me. I'm almost done, so this May not be as long as I thought. It may not at all. Did I put that right here, you all? I did. Just wanted to get this sun doing its thing, shooting something straight up in the air. And you know, if we have it to where it's shooting it straight up in the air and with very minimum frames, you can see it practically the whole time. Let's go back to maybe 20 frames, 20 and 20. Yeah. There we go. You can see it. It's perfect. Shooting it straight up in the air. Talik. These right here, I just want to say this. When I see the beams of light coming up like that, it's always bothered me. And how perfectly spaced when these CME signals come out, they're perfectly spaced. And I wonder how it could be natural, a natural CME, like something like this. You see how this would look, even though this literally did. It went straight up during that time. It stretched its plasma, if it's plasma, down to here and up there. And you can see the timestamps, you all. If you didn't have the ability, it's good. That's why I like to share the screen, because if you're looking at it on a small screen, you can see it better. You really can. You can see it a lot better. And with YouTube, well, you can slow it down a tad bit. I'm thinking I think there's only 3 beams of light coming up. There could be 4 coming straight up in the air. It's just wild. It's very wild. I think that plasma is intelligent. I think it really is really intelligent. I do. It's living. And you know how they say plasma is the 4th state of whatever it is, matter. And like if there's like a plasma is created, for everything created there is an anti whatever, like anti-plasma is like CERN. You have the plasma, and then they want to know the other side of the plasma. They call it the dark plasma, but it's the anti-plasma. The anti-plasma. It doesn't sound too nice. It doesn't, you all. I want to look at this over here, because I don't know if this one product had the let's come over here. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I don't think I am. I wanted to see which one of these would show the eruption, and they probably neither one of them. No, they got it to where you can't really see it. You can't really see it on here, even though that is the let me see this. Let's take this back to 30. I want to see if we can see anything on here. Let's go right here, and let's go back 100 to see if it will pick it up. Pick up anything coming out of it. Let me put this to me. You're so welcome, Jay. Okay, yeah, we've seen something on here. We can look at it, you all. I'm just trying to be in detail and get this in as much out of here as we can through the various products. Okay, we've seen that, what it looked like. Anybody seen that before? You seen that image before right there, you all? Look at that. That's like, wow, in your face. That is so wild looking. It is wild. I see ships in here too. I really do. Let's do this. Well, let's take a screenshot. That is black hole sun. It really could be, you all. It really could be. Let me exit out of this one thing right here. I want to go back. I don't want to look at that. I want to open this back up. I'm going to discard that. Let me put this to me. I want to put that photo in there, and I want to invert it. And you can, if you know that the this HD movie maker, it's available for free download on your computer. If you put this on your computer, you can do a lot with it. You really can. If you have the space on your computer, the download. Let's take that image and look at it over here. I just want to do the crop and enhance. I don't want to do the crop. I want to look at this. It's even showing up here in the emboss, you all. It is. So let's look at this. This is the, I'm not going to mess with the blue stuff. I'm not. Whoa. Look at that. That looks intimidating to me. It really looks intimidating. It does. Look at that. That's what I wanted to look at right there. So, how can that be? You got to ask yourself how on earth that could be a normal CME coming out of that sun. How could it be? Because you would think it would be natural. It would look like something like this. That's not a normal CME at all. It's not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something while you all watch me. If I can, I am going to do it. I'm going to put it right on there. Hope I didn't, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to stick that on here, I'm going to stick that right on here, and I'm going to update this because that is not, I am sorry, that is not a normal CME. I'm going to put it right there. Right like that, you all. How about that? I'm sticking that right there and taking another picture, and I'm sticking that on here, and we're going to update that thumbnail to this is what we're going to do. I'm updating the thumbnail with that picture right there because that's not a normal CME. And what if we are, you all, just let's think about this. What if we are at battle? Okay, what if we are at battle? What if we are? Where's that picture, you all? I got to change it. No. Right there. Boom. There you go. That's right. We got this. Let me put this back to me. I think that we're at war. And there we go. Right there. And it really, if we go to some of the images of the sun, now this is true. If we go to some of the images of the sun, and I don't, let me see right here. You all, this is going to be a wow, and I'm so sorry. There's probably not going to be people who want to sit and watch this, you all. But if you, no, I don't want to go there. Some of the images of the sun in certain places, not there. Excuse me, not there. Maybe it's over here. Some of these images of some of the sun. I can't find it on here. But what I'm talking about is, yeah, if y'all want to go look at the cameras, I'm going to stick that in here so you all can have the FAA before they change it. You can have that link there too. You just click into those things. Some of the images of the sun where it literally looks like this, looks like that at the top and at the bottom. When you go to these live webcams and stuff, that's what the sun looks like. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what that looks like coming out of that sun. So if that's coming out of the sun, that's really, okay, I got it. Got it. I got it, you all. I have got it. Right like that, you all. I'm talking about that. That kind of reminds me, where's this at? I don't know where this is located. How the sun, look at that. Look at that shape. And then look what's coming out of the sun. This is coming out of the sun. And then this is the FAA webcam, a weather thing. And look, it's like two of them. I was trying to find as many. There's like a little heart. Okay, I've looked at these before, you all have. But that's what I'm thinking about. Something is going on. Yeah, you caught something like that on there, Queen Karma. Yeah, you all. This sun is not what we think at all. And this is like a weapon. I'm just going to say it. It's like a weapon has been fired. It came straight out. But see, this looks like it's separate from this right here. What if this is kind of like, I don't know, when something's launched into orbit and stuff, you know, you have the flames and stuff, but this is like some kind of a, that is wild. Oh my gosh, that's wild. And then, boom, you can barely see it. You can barely see it. But that right there, wow. It's even dark. See, look. It's even dark right down here at the bottom. Something. What if a massive ship came out or something? It could be a ship too. Let's look at another one of these. Let's see this SDO. Let's see if this SDO one right here. Let's see if this has it, you all, because we can look at it. I want to look at it at this point. I really do. I want to look at it at this point. I want to come back here, and I want to go to the 30th and scroll down here till we know we're going to catch it. I'm going to do it right here at 100. So we can see what that one looks like too. And if you're still tuning in, thank you. It could be the sun god Ra. It could be, at this point, who knows what's going on. I don't want to look at it because it's blinking. Directed energy at the sun. Well, it could be. Let's see what happens. Well, that was very brief. That was extremely brief. But you can see it's rocking. It is rocking. Let's get to the 17. Okay, 1727. Okay, this is what it looks like on this product right here. A straight beam of light coming straight up. Straight beam of light coming out or something. That's at the, can you all see that well? Let me do this. This is what it looks like that. That's when it first starts erupting, just like that. On this particular product right here, right there. Let's go to the next timestamp. Okay, and it has two beams on it, you all. There's like this larger one and the smaller one right there. Let's look at this, the next one. You can see it. It's like two separate ones right here and one's right there. But look how evenly spaced these things are coming out of it. It's kind of wild. Let me shrink it down, you all, because we shrunk it too much. I made it too big. And that's at 1733. That's 1736. Okay, now it's got a more defined edge. I can just take a screenshot of that. That's at 1736. Let's come here and look at this. And you know, you don't have to stick around to watch this if you don't want to. It won't hurt my feelings. It won't at all. If you don't find it that you want to watch it. I'm trying to get an image of it. I'm not good at this. Really, I'm not too good at this at all. Well, you can see it. It's got that shape. You want me to tell you about this? You know what else has these shapes like this? As it's going across in front of the sun. But if you were to flip it, if you were to rotate it like this, Gina, can you get that off? If you were to rotate it like this, you would have like what looks like the planet. And these are the extensions that come off of it. So I call it a ship. That's what I do. I call it a ship when I see that on the these products over here. Let me see if I've got a recent one. Right there, yeah. I call it a ship. I do whenever I see it coming. Because that's practically like the shape that would come out, except this right here would have more of these shooting up, because it can. If you think of a Tetris thing, you can build with that, you all. You really can. Let's look at this. If we were to do this like that, I think maybe, and what I think that could happen with this, I think that these right here extensions, I think these extensions could literally come out all along this whole entire width and make whatever shape they want to make based on these things going in and out as this thing goes across the sky. I think that they can come out and make any shape they want. And if they can, it's something like a Borg or something. I think this is a ship. I don't think it's a planet the way that it's shaped. And that's how I feel about it. Some people may not like it. But I do feel that. I got a lot of windows open. Okay, we're supposed to be looking at this. We're supposed to be looking at this. And you can see it. It's getting more of these extensions. It's getting more of the extensions right here coming up. Just like in right here. It's like that, you all. More of the extensions. Whatever this is, it's highly advanced technology. It far supersedes what we've got, probably by hundreds of years, thousands of years. And I would think that, yeah, it really could. Let's look at this, see, because we're going to look at these products. That's okay. It's gone. 1739. You can't really see it that well. I mean, there's still a jagged piece of it left, you all. There is a jagged piece in this product. You can see it kind of right here. It's still in there. What if the sun is a big, massive ship? It could be. There's no telling what's going on. There really isn't. And I know I jump all over the place, but yeah, you all, look at this. If you're just tuning in, this is what it looks like right here. And if you were to flip this image right here, it would look like something like this at times, if this were to flatten itself out. Shoot, you all, I didn't have it on here. So look, if you're just tuning in right here, if you were to flip it, it would look like this. If this right here center part was flipped out, because it has like the same attributes. It really kind of does. Same attributes. Let's see if we can find another shape. Just one more if we can. Because I don't think... well, it doesn't do no good to go to all these other ones because they're just a different shade. That's all they are. They're just a different color. All of these are a different color of what we just looked at. Every single one of them. And it wouldn't do us no good to look at them, quite honestly, since it's just different filters used on them. That's behind. That's not an updated image either. You all, let's see if they got any updated images. I don't really think they do. They might have this one. We can look at this. See, this is what's interesting. Why can't we see? Why do you got to have this over the sun? Why can't we see these like this? Why can't we see the sun like this? But yet you want to cover up the sun like that. That's what I'm wondering. Why do you want to cover it up like that? I'm going to go over there and look at it just while I got you on here, because I probably won't come back on here until tonight. If we have whatever, you know. Let's just do you like this. Put you like that, and then put you like that. Always do 20 if you come over here, you all. Let me put this back to me. A Carrington event is when we get thrown back into the 1800s. You live like, no, we got to watch this, you all. This is wild looking. It's really wild. Look at this. Watch what happens. So we're going to see that. Look at this. As we get to the 1700, here's their 1 CME. It's, let's see, look at that. That's really what it looked like came out of the sun, something like that. Down here in these images. Except it's flipped. Except it's flipped. I will flip it. I want to flip it. There. Just like that. See it? Kind of looks similar. It really does. Somewhat similar. What if these are not planets and they're massive ships that are coming through here and they call on them all planets because they don't want to scare people? What if they are? Could be. But this was not at the 1700. This is only at 7 in the morning when this showed up. 7 in the morning. Okay, we got other big ships coming on here. We went the 1700 hour. Nothing. Nothing. Why not? Why not? Why don't they have this on here? It's 1736 because it should be ongoing and it should be seen, you all, but they do not. They do not have that showing up on here. You may say, Gina, honey, it's because it's not facing the right way. This is facing the other direction. You should still see something coming out. Okay, you should. You should still see something very powerful other than that. But that's 7 in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning right here. And then I don't think these had anything at 7 in the morning. I didn't go back far enough for this. I didn't. There should have been an eruption at 7 in the morning, you all, or there really should have on this one. Right here. There should have been an eruption at 7 o'clock in the morning. That would have looked like, where's it at? Like that. You can see it blinking back there, you all. When it gets through blinking, we're going to go over there and look at it. Okay. Okay, let's look. It's 7 in the morning. I don't see a single thing at 7 in the morning. No indication of a gigantic explosion. None. Nothing. Nothing showing up. And this is this region right here. Nothing showing up. This is the 2975 region at 7 in the morning. And I don't know what occurred, because why can't we see what happened over here? Why can't we? Something's not adding up. It's not. It's not adding up at all. So we got a lot of, excuse me, we got a lot of things that we looked at. We did. Looked at like that coming out of the sun. You can see the region right there, 2975. Got the Earth. We've got, excuse me, got this, this is what people focus on, just that little crosshatch pattern. But I think there's something much more going on, something much, much more going on. And, That actually was the solar flare coming out. This is the updated thumbnail right there, you all, because it looks a lot different than that thing right there. And I think they look like that. So just for the record, this is this area on this particular product, the SDO AIA 304. This right here is also shooting straight up in conjunction with that. Excuse me. And then over here we have the same area on this product, SDO AIA 193. This is what that looks like around that particular time stamp right there. Where's the other ones? This right here, it doesn't have a single thing. Well, yeah, it does. It has something small right here, just a small thing. This is what it looks like on this product right here. Boom, right there. That's at its peak, at its peak right there. See, they all show something different, which is really strange. They should not fluctuate like that so much. They really shouldn't. So that's those things that are happening, you all. I'm going to put this back to me. I'm going to end the video. I've done said all I'm supposed to share. Say. I have. Wait a minute. I want to, I'm going to put that image on here too. Stick it right up there because it needs to be right up there with it. It's like, boom, right up there. That's what came out of the sun. And it's earth directed. If something like this was coming toward the earth, it would do a lot of damage. It really would. So yeah, you all. So I want to thank you all for coming on here. Thank you, moderators, for being on here. Thank you, Lisa, for moderating. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I hope to see you all later this evening. Thank you again, and thank you, moderators. Something's going on, and I don't think they're telling us the whole story.